Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's video. I hope you're having a great day. In today's video, we are picking up exactly where we left off last time. We are building the Suzuki LT80. We have everything still tore apart. We are going to be working on this thing all day, making it even better than what it was last time. I don't know where to start. So we still have to take all of the wiring off of this foiler right here and replace it with the wiring that we took off of this one, because this one's good. Here's all the wiring that we have left over. So we got to swap all of that out. Also, we got some new handlebar grips that I ordered, even though I ordered these and they kind of match. Yeah, not really. Yeah, they don't really match too good. You can definitely tell the difference. But I'm just not a big fan of the OEM black ones, the original ones. They just don't really look that good to me, even though they still have some pretty good, I guess you would say, tread left on them. I don't know. They just don't look that great. I think the yellow's gonna stand out, pop, and look a whole lot better. Also, what we're gonna do, because we're going with the red and the yellow theme, because the shocks on the four-wheeler are red, and we're keeping the yellow plastics. I'm not going with the green ones because they're just completely messed up and tore all to pieces. But we had the valve stem caps. That's gonna look really good. It's gonna match perfectly with the shocks. Also, another thing that I didn't mention in the last video is, so now that the motor's been sent off to CT Racing and it's getting fully built, on these four-wheelers right here specifically, it's a two-stroke. The way they have these designed is kind of weird. You put the regular gas in the gas tank, and then there's another little tank that you put the oil in, and it mixes it together instead of pre-mixing it yourself. But with the new motor and the new design that we're going for, all that's gonna change. We're gonna pre-mix it ourselves, so we can get rid of the tank that the four-wheeler mixes it with. It's kind of confusing, a little hard to explain, but this is the tank right there. That's the tank that you put the oil in, and then when you have the gas tank, which is not up here right now, that's where you put your regular gas at. But we're getting rid of this, and we're just gonna pre-mix our own gas and oil together and put it directly in the gas tank, because sometimes these things fail, and when they fail, your motor quits getting oil and just straight gas, and that can lock your motor up and mess it up. I'm not trying to mess it up. I mean, I've spent a lot of money sending this motor off to CT Racing to get them to build it exactly how I wanted it. So, oh, the hubs. Kind of rusty. They don't look real great, like the front ones. The front ones look pretty good, besides the rims. We're probably gonna repaint those too, but the front ones look really good. I was looking at the parts four-wheeler, and these hubs look a whole lot better. They got a little bit of rust, but they still look better than the ones that are on it right now. So we're gonna check the bearings in these right here, and if they are good, we're going to swap them also, just so it looks better. Let's go ahead, jump into the video, start working on this four-wheeler, and see what else we can do to it, man.
Let's get it.
Got the oil tank off, which it was actually pretty easy. It was only 2 bolts that bolted into the frame, but kind of want to see what we're working with here, like what's inside of it. It looks blue, which I don't know why it looks blue. I don't know, bro, what?
Why is it that blue?
Why is it blue? I've never seen blue oil.
Okay, so
it doesn't really smell like oil either. It's like oil, very thin oil. The guy told me it ran last summer, right? So as of right now, that was probably about 6-7 months ago, but there's no way. I mean, the motor's completely rusted out. Well, there's no way it was running last summer.
unless he flooded it and said, yeah, it was running.
And I mean, the oil looked fairly clean. It didn't look too bad. It kind of works out good. Weight reduction. I mean, to be honest with you, it kind of looks better without it. Now that we got this out the way, I guess we can go ahead and slap the handlebar grips up there, and then we'll go ahead and jump into the wiring and change all the wiring. I don't think it's gonna be too bad. I took some pictures of it, so hopefully it's the same as this, because this wiring is messed up and trashed, but hopefully it goes together pretty good. That's the vision for it. So yeah, we'll go ahead, we'll get y'all set back up and start working on it again. So we got the handlebar grips up here, and they look really good. The one bad thing about having yellow handlebar grips are basically like a neon yellow, which when I ordered these off of Amazon, they didn't look like this color, but we're gonna run with it anyways. These grips right here, just by putting them on, are already dirty. I mean, you can sit here and look at them like, look, they're already starting to brown, have a bunch of grease spots on them. And I can already tell over time, once we start riding this thing, these handlebar grips are gonna look terrible. But we're gonna run with it for now. We got these up here. They do look pretty cool though. Now that we got that taken care of, let's go ahead and swap out the wiring on this thing and pray to God that it goes well. So we just wrapped up getting the whole entire wire harness clean, and it actually turned out really nice. It kind of looks brand new for the most part. We just want to knock some of the dirt off of it because we're probably never going to get a chance to ever do it again. And then we're about to go ahead and slap it up here, but that's the wiring harness. I did find a wire that was already cut, hanging off, just kind of dangling in the mix of all of this. So hopefully we don't need that because I just snipped it and taped it up. So hopefully that doesn't give us a problem later on down the road. But we're gonna go ahead and basically we're not going to take this whole one off yet. We're just gonna unplug and plug so we don't get confused and mess something up. Let's go ahead and start unplugging this and start plugging this one up. We ran into a little bit of an issue. I don't think it's a big deal, but it's not lining up quite exactly like the other one, and I figured that would be the case. I figured it'd be a little bit of a nightmare, but we got it all up here. Everything does look pretty good, just we don't know exactly what this plug goes to right here, because in the pictures that I took, there's another plug coming down this side that runs to it, but maybe it was on the other motor that I took up out of here where it plugs into. Maybe. I don't really know. I can't really tell in the pictures. Also, this ground cable is stupid long, and I don't see exactly where it goes to, which is just a ground, so it shouldn't really matter where I run it to. And then up here, it was a little confusing up front. We swapped out everything, and everything plugged in fine and went together, but there is 3 different black wires with a red stripe. And I tried to line it up the best I can, but I don't exactly know what is what. So hopefully everything is plugged in right, because they're all the same color, and they all have the same adapter piece to them. I tried to look at the other one that was up here, and I tried to line it up the best that I absolutely could. So hopefully we got everything right and dialed in there. If not, I'm sorry to my mechanic. I apologize to you in advance, but that's what we're working with here. But it looks good though. We got it all cleaned up. We haven't really zip tied it yet. As soon as we get done with that, we're gonna go ahead and swap these hubs real quick. They look pretty good. They look like they're pretty easy to take off. It looks like there's only 1 nut and a Carter pin holding it in there. So we're probably gonna swap them out, and then we're gonna paint the rims and get all that done. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump into that.
Where did you get these? The bottom of the ocean? What the f?
We just tried to get the rear hubs off of the parts 4-wheeler, and that's not gonna work. And we don't have any power tools. We're kind of working with the bare minimum right now, so that's not gonna work. What we are gonna do is, they're not in terrible condition. I mean, they are a little rusty. I think maybe if we sand it down good enough, we might be able just to paint it. So I think that's what we're gonna do, because we're gonna paint the rims as well. We're gonna go ahead and take all of the wheels off of it. Then we're gonna run to the hardware store, get the materials that we need. I already have the sandpaper, but we have to get the paint. We're gonna paint those black because we're painting this white. So I think that's gonna match really well with it. Let's go ahead and take the wheels off. Alright. We got the 4-wheeler jacked up. Use the spare tires that we had off the parts 4-wheeler, and I'll say she's pretty sturdy. now we're backtracking again. We have got to figure out how to get these hubs off of here. This looks terrible. I took this little cap off right here and they are rusted to pieces. And on top of this, the guy that I got this thing from, that was the Carter pin. It is a piece of copper wire coated in some type of tape. Like, that's literally all that was in it, and it just pulled right out. Here's the next thing we found. This right here, completely loose. It wasn't even tight. And it had play in it. So this just looks terrible. I don't like this. The threads look terrible. So yeah, everything's just kind of rusted to pieces. So we have got to figure out how to get that hub off of there and put it on this one, because this just ain't gonna fly. We're definitely gonna use this hub. I don't know how we're gonna get it off. It's very, very tight. We know it's not reverse thread. So we already got this one off. I mean, it came off no problem. It's probably about to fall off anyways. Yep, we're gonna take the other side off, and then whether we gotta fight it, break it, whatever it is, we gotta get these off of here. All right, well, we just missed it. We finally broke it loose. Thank God. Now we got one more to go. I don't know how we're gonna hold this side down. That's kind of the only problem. But we did get one of them off, so that's good.
Kind of wish we were able to loosen both of them simultaneously when we took that one off. But
yeah, I don't know how we're gonna do it, but we're gonna get that one off. Yes! Yes! Oh, thank God. Alright, well, we just got back from the hardware store and they were closed. So, we didn't get any paint. Probably gonna have to wait till next video to have the rims fully painted. We are gonna go ahead and sand these rims and get everything prepped up, taped up so we don't paint the tire. But other than that, we're making good progress. So we're gonna go ahead and jump on the wheels and get to sanding. Well, we got the wheels clean. Now we need to go ahead and tape them off. And I got these little grocery bags that we're basically gonna put around the wheel. Tape everything off so we don't paint the tires. But first we gotta dry them.
Yeah, I don't think tape really sticks to moist rubber.
But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and dry them off first. And once we dry them off, hopefully the tires will dry off pretty good. But we're gonna go ahead, tape everything off, bag it off, and then it'll be prepped and good to go for paint. So we have bad news. We ran out of tape while we were taping off the wheels. We got one of them completely done and it turned out really good, and we got halfway done with the second one and the other two aren't even done yet. We have no more tape and the hardware store is closed. We can't get any more supplies. We have done a decent amount to the four-wheeler. We got the handlebar grips up there. We redid all of the wiring. We had the new rear wheel hubs that we got off of the parts bike. All of the rims have been completely sanded, washed, clean, and now we're just prepping them and getting ready for paint. So we did a good amount today. Not as much as I would like to do, but we are waiting on parts. I have more parts coming in for this thing that will be in the next video that we film with it. Just stay tuned because we have a lot more stuff going on this four-wheeler before we send it off to my mechanic to get the motor done. Also, CT Racing hit me up and the motor should be coming in sometime this week. So that's really good news. I'm ready for that to come in because, man, I'm ready to ride this thing. Like, when I picked this four-wheeler up, the guy told me that it was running and driving. Dude, I was so excited to drive it, but I haven't even drove it yet. I've had it for like 2 or 3 months now, and it's just been sitting in my garage and we've been working on it. So once that comes in, we should be good to go, man. Hopefully all the parts will get here before the motor gets here. We'll slap all that up there. Then when the motor gets here, it's going straight to my mechanic. He can wrap everything up, put all the plastics on it, get everything 100% dialed in, and she should be ready to rip, man. I hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, please like the video, leave a comment down below on videos and ideas that you want to see next, or different parts that you want to see us put on this four-wheeler before we wrap everything up. But I hope you enjoyed. I hope you have a great day, a great week, and a great year. We'll see you next Friday. Peace.